vehicle coming up.
We made it to Otis. Okay, you gotta get this. Hey, Deputy. Hey, how you doing? Rick Beasley. Oh, we just stopped and started walking with the sign. We can't just... Hey, we got a ride.
Are you with them? You're with them? Okay. That's easy. Okay. Okay. Detail, you know, a task, and it's just not safe.
What do you have? Down power lines? What's the safety concern?
Yes.
We're at the end of the turnoff down here. Yeah, they got us.
They're like, ah.
People have lost everything, you know, and so why not you? You know, it can happen to us too. So when we got here and we seen that the fire had stopped in her yard and had burned all her trees there, we knew that that would have been us next. That they stopped it right. If it had gone any farther, it would have been our house too.
So it was the firefighters in here that stopped this?
Yes, I'm sure it was. They used, we noticed that they used hoses on all three of this house in the back. They hooked them up to our house. And our hoses were like around, and they used them. And so I'm sure there was people that were fighting, wetting down all of the places back in there. And I'm sure it was, because when, even yesterday they monitored, there was a lot of them along here that was monitoring in case it flared again.
Sherry, if you could take an opportunity to say something to the first responders who came up here, the firefighters and the other personnel, what would you say to them?
Thank the Lord for them.
Excellent.
Thank the Lord for them.
What have you seen? What kind of fire damage have you witnessed?
I've seen some houses that were burnt down, a lot of cars that were burnt. Pretty much that's it, you know, a lot of poles burnt.
Okay, great. Excellent.
Well, what we saw was definitely some fire on both sides of the road, and you know, we're working on some welfare checks with different neighbors, making sure everybody from the neighborhood was either out of there, and it was definitely a surreal situation because there was still some smoldering stumps around in different areas that they were working on getting onto on the hot spots and so on.
You are known as the place to go for emergency supplies. What happened in regards to that?
You know, our generator was up and running, and it helped us on that end so we could meet with customers and get them different items that they needed. They were looking for anything from police scanners to be able to listen to what's going on, from 5-day emergency food backpacks to different types of cords for cell phone charging and so on. And we sold a lot of flashlights. People were needing flashlights. Weimart was generous to send people over to here when they'd ran out, and so a lot of different items like wind-up radios, for example, ways to charge your cell phones and so on like that, because it was a whole city power outage.
Bruce, you're in touch with the economic activity here in Lincoln City. What is this going to do to Lincoln City's economy? We have a disaster on top of a disaster.
Yeah, I hope everybody can hunker down and go through it. We know a lot of businesses, as we even drove through town today, are still closed, of course. So we hope the lifeblood starts working back in and so on. And I think the coast is a resilient community, and you know, best hopes for everybody on that end. But when it comes to the tourism and everything that's happening, I'm sure this is going to impact it.
What do you think we can do in the future to avoid this kind of catastrophe? Are there any prevention measures that that you can see government taking?
Well, I mean, the communication route would be really good. You know, we had people coming in thinking that their radios had quit working because they couldn't pick up any of the local channels here that we're going to be broadcasting, and we had to kind of show them with our new radios that they weren't getting reception because those stations were off the air. So I think something serious needs to be done, because it was like a giant parking lot as the entire city was evacuating to the south, and if people had the ability to basically turn on a radio and have some good local stuff. And there were some stations down out of Newport that were getting some information up here and so on. But unfortunately, when people were trying to get anything local on that end, and also the issue of the rumors, you know, there was rumors that the McDonald's burnt down, there was rumors that the Bi-Mart had gotten on fire, and I know the police had their handful, so it's a hard thing for them to have to quell it. And you know, so we're glad that you guys were out in the field confirming that these places were gone. And I noticed Lincoln City posted up on Facebook pictures of the places that were rumored to have burnt down. So obviously the issues of the rumors were a big issue, and I understand they happen in these situations.